Let's drink some mead made with apricots, also known as Apricot Mead.
It's been aged for a year.
Welcome to the tasting room, where we drink alcoholic beverages
and judge them.
I'm Brian.
I'm Derica.
And this is our own product, Apricot Mead, made a year ago. It's 12% ABV and 1.048 specific gravity, finishing gravity that is, which makes it sweet. Now, I just have to give you a little advance notice on this one. I think this is the only bottle left in existence.
Because, have you been drinking it?
Yeah, because it's good. Just, there's your sneak peek at the video right now.
Spoiler.
Yeah. It's good. So when we talk about clarity and color, this is about as clear as you can get. And it's a beautiful color. It's got like a nice goldenrod yellow to it. It's just beautiful.
It's definitely a mead, and that clarity is stupendous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't, just doesn't get a lot clearer than this, folks. Now on the smell,
it's got a little bit of foot, I would say.
There is a little funk to it.
That's unusual. After a year?
Yeah, not expected.
I wonder if it's just the nature of apricot.
I think it's, apricots are kind of funky.
Can be a little odd. Yeah, going in now that I'm getting acclimated to it, I'm definitely getting the honey notes.
Yeah, there's like a sweet, tangy thing going on.
Yep.
And I think that's the apricot.
I think it's just apricot.
But yeah, the first impression was kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but
did this go off, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's good. You just have to get used to it.
Yeah, when you have to acclimate to the smell of something. I don't know if that's good or bad. Sometimes I will do the smell with different nostrils. Mouth open, mouth closed, different ways, just to see what kind of difference you can get. And using a tulip-shaped glass or a wine glass, if that's what you have, we tend to use smaller tasting glasses. They have a narrower aperture at the top, so that way we can focus those fumes a little bit better.
Right. We have so many glasses. When we get the new studio set up for the tasting room,
you'll see them.
We will have all the glasses plus some. But when we're doing tastings, we need small. We need delicate. Little. Otherwise...
Yeah, otherwise we drink way too much.
Yeah.
The idea is to be able to do more than one tasting in a day, so, you know. Anyway, so it smells nice. It smells different, and it's unusual, but...
I think it's just apricot.
You need to know what it tastes like. That is really interesting.
And it's apricot mead.
Absolutely.
It's interesting because lots of our fruited meads, particularly the berry ones,
it's just berry.
You know it's berry, but it's just...
Is it blueberry? Is it blackberry? Is it mulberry?
What berry are you? And even some of the fruited things can kind of meld into each other. But this is apricot. This is apricot and honey. This is an apricot mead.
But it's a little more complex than that.
Sure.
Because the apricot itself has multiple flavor notes there. There's like a tangy, a sweet, an earthy even a little bit. And then there's even like almost a citrusy, almost floral thing going on. And that's just from what I get from the apricot.
But I'm attributing some of that into the presence of the honey.
It very well could be.
It's
really nice.
It's having an interesting tactile sensation as well.
It's tannic. There's a nice amount of tannins in this.
I'm getting the coating from the honey, but I'm also getting the sting of the tannins. So it's hard to describe perfectly what the sensation is.
It's a powerful flavor.
It is.
This is strong.
I think this would be great as an addition to a cocktail if you needed like a apricot liqueur type thing.
Yeah.
Because it definitely
comes across that way.
Has a liqueur sensation due to its potency and its sweet, clingy thing.
But if you've ever had, this was made with dried apricots, which I think that's important too, because a fresh apricot doesn't have quite the same feel as a dried. Dried has a more almost cooked note.
It's a very intense flavor.
Yeah, and that's what this is. It's like biting into a dried apricot.
Yeah.
Without the texture, of course, because the texture would be different on that.
That'd be a little unnerving.
Yeah, that'd be weird if you had to bite into this. I don't know. Hurt your teeth on the glass, too. And while I'm drinking this, the things that go through my head are, A, where am I going to score it? Because that's important. Yeah. What notes am I getting? And is there anything that I would do to make this better and still stay in the same vein of an apricot mead?
I don't need more apricot because it's definitely apricot.
It's
I
apricot-y.
don't need more honey because it's definitely honey.
Right. It's got a nice acidic punch. There's a decent brightness there. I might even like a little bit more, but after a year, sometimes that can happen. Things aren't as bright as you might like them to be from acidity.
But I'm still getting the complexity that is inherent in apricots.
Yes.
Where they are sweet, they are tart, they are sour, they are all those
sour.
different
That
things.
was the thing I couldn't think of.
Plus the honey. So it's just, this was very well executed.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
I don't like to pat myself on the back.
It's okay.
Besides,
I did it for you.
my shoulders hurt enough that I can't do it. Yeah, this has all the hallmarks that I would have expected this to have for an apricot mead. And I know that sounds very like, oh, that's not the greatest recommendation, but we're trying to be serious about it, but we're also trying to be very nitpicky.
Yeah.
Anything that we don't like, I want to point out. The smell is still slightly less than I would want, but it's not bad. Now, after tasting it a bit, the smell makes more sense. Yeah, the smell definitely makes more sense now. If you've ever opened a bag of dried apricots and just stuffed your face in there and smelled it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It doesn't smell great, but after you eat a couple and then do it, it makes sense. And that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
It's funny how things work like that, though. The taste makes the smell make sense. Yeah.
Of course, now my brain is going 100 different directions, going, oh, what kind of cocktails can I make with this?
Let's not talk about cocktails with it. Let's talk about what can we do to make this better as it is. I can't think of anything.
Nope.
That is not to say that this is perfect, because it is not. The problem is trying to come up with something that would make it better and keep to the theme of the original. I can think of a lot of ways to make this into something completely different that would be better, but keeping it on the same track, so to speak, would be difficult and improve it. I don't know. That means
It's time for judgment.
right. And the way I like to score things, I'm starting to really just come to this, is if someone handed this to me and didn't tell me anything about it, what do I think of it? So right now on your screen, you're seeing our scoring system, and it basically goes 1 through 10 with the occasional 11. Do you have a number?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have number 2. 1, 2, 3,
9.
8. Wow. I was thinking 8.5 max, but I was even as low as 7.5 in my head.
This is apricot mead.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. If you did not know what this was and someone handed it to you, you'd say,
Apricot mead.
that's apricot mead. Because it tastes like apricot mead. But it's more than that. Like, there's so much more going on, and it's really difficult to convey that. And we're not using good words to do that today.
When
I don't know why.
we were talking about what we would do to improve it, honestly, the only thing I could think of, and this is going to be completely and totally sacrilege, so I hope you're sitting down. I hope you're braced for the words that are about to come out of my mouth. Water it down a little bit.
Really?
It's a little punchy.
Oh, you think it's too powerful of a flavor?
Apricot mead! I am apricot mead!
See, I like it that way. But, I think a lot of the time that I drank it, I actually put this on ice.
So he's
And
watering it down.
I do that.
Intentionally.
Yeah. I don't like the rocks thing, like the steel stones and I don't like any of that. I just use ice. And I do that with whiskeys too, because you get an adventure.
Yep.
It changes as it goes. And I think I was doing that with this too. Cold would actually, first off, take some of those flavors down.
Yep.
Cold always does that.
Yep.
But then when it melded with ice a little bit.
Naturally dilutes.
Yeah, it probably did that automatically. So that would be one way to improve this. I think this would be better cold than it is warm, which we taste everything warm unless it's meant to be cold on purpose, just to keep things consistent. But this might be one that would be better cold. I think it does taste better.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I think this would be a delightful addition to cocktails.
I'd have to agree with you.
If Brian does not drink all of this last lonely bottle, then I might have to Google Foo some apricot liqueur cocktails.
I can save you a little bit.
Just that much?
Just that much.
Just that much. Thanks.
Yeah. We have a couple other meads that I can drink right now. We have some bottling we got to do.
We do.
Wow. We have like 12 brews that need to be bottled right now. And they need to be done before we move.
They
That's
do.
going to be...
Yep.
Oh, well, we're just going to have to spend a day bottling, which means drinking too. So, because there's always, that little bit left
Just a little
over.
bit. Just a little bit.
But, as always, if there is a brew that you would like to see us tackle and taste and judge on this show, and we can get it in the United States and it's legal, say so in the comments below. I'll add it to the list. And when we go out shopping, we will be on the lookout for it. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
Bye-bye.